Hello, it's Marek. Welcome to MDrives. Welcome to another video and welcome from the middle of Norway where, well, it's Saturday morning and it looks like it's dead. I think it's the first car coming I've seen. It's just dead quiet. So today it's a big day for us because we're going to the Atlantic Road and we're really hoping that the weather will be good enough to fly our drone. It's drizzling a bit at the moment, but we heard that the weather on the coast should be much better. So hopefully it will be, and we can do a bit of filming over there. If not, I will be really upset. Anyway, we're going for a breakfast now because unfortunately our hotel did not include breakfast for some reason. There was no option. So yeah, we're almost ready to go. Just breakfast and then we're off. So we realized driving through Norway, especially higher in Norway, there is a lot of 11s on the road everywhere. Well, maybe not everywhere, but nearer the bigger towns. You can see them here as well. Yeah, there must be some BMW owners here who like to do a bit of burnout because, yeah, sometimes on the roads they looked like the longest burnouts ever, and they could be as long as 100 meters, if not longer.
It was a quiet and wet morning, so everyone was just chilling and taking in beautiful surroundings. And soon we found ourselves at the ferry.
So, my car has just developed another problem. I've got a check engine warning light, unfortunately. However, there is no obvious reason for it, apart from the only thing I can think of is it's from my cat. So my sport cat, which is the VRSF 200 cell, recently started being louder, I would say. Even my son commented, "What have you done to the car?" because it became louder, and I thought that as well, but I thought it's maybe in my head only. Anyway, nothing to worry about. I'm not worried about it. Like I said, I think this is not a problem. I had that once when I installed it and it disappeared after a couple of days, so I'm hoping that this is the case and that's what's going to happen in this case as well. But yeah, when I have more time tonight, I'm gonna play with the OBD reader, try to read the codes, just to find out, just to make sure it's just a lambda sensor and nothing more serious than that. So we are at the Atlantic Road and we are crossing the first bridge of many. So it's 8 kilometers long and we're going to stop here and hopefully it's going to stay dry because we want to film it.
Seeing the famous bridge in the distance, we felt more excited with every second.
And so here we are at the Atlantic Road and look at this bridge.
months of planning, days of driving to get to this most famous spot. And we all agreed at that point that it was worth it. There are moments in your life which you know you will remember until your last breath, and that moment definitely felt like one of those. And the fact that I captured it and I could share it with you makes it even more special.
We made it to the Atlantic Road, and now we're just driving through the first big bridge, I think the most iconic one, and it looks absolutely stunning.
It takes a commitment to come here, but it's worth it.
I've done 3,300 miles to get to here, and I'm glad it's not raining, and I can say it was worth it. It's one of the attractions, but it's just that one.
Luckily, Norway had more amazing views ahead of us.
And yet we are on another ferry, and it started to rain again, so I'm going back to the car, but yeah, it's nice again. So the good news is we just gone off the ferry. I had a bit of time on the ferry to connect my OBD reader with DimmerLink, and I found some codes linked to lambda sensors. I managed to delete them, the EML light is gone, and we continue our journey without any unnecessary lights on my dash.
And we arrived at our hotel. But don't worry, this isn't the end of this video.
Welcome from the hell. So yeah, it's another day today. We are driving north today, pretty much straight forward, because we've got around
280, 290 miles to cover, so about 450 kilometers. So a long way ahead of us. So majority of it will be on kind of motorways or 80-90 roads. So we should be covering it quicker. However, I think it's not going to be that exciting, but we'll see, because towards the end of the day we're going to be approaching more mountainous region again, so hopefully over there we're going to see some really good views. So let's jump in the car and let's go. It was a long day full of steady driving, but it gave us an opportunity to see how different Norway looks in different parts. So we decided to have a quick stop, and obviously it had to start raining. But anyway, we are covering a lot of miles today, and actually we feel like we own the road. We haven't had to overtake anyone for probably the last hour or so. So yeah, it goes well. So and the views are quite nice. But yeah, I need to hide now. So we are at the border of two regions, as you can see behind me. We made a big thing about it, but yeah, it feels like we are getting more into the wilderness now. There isn't much around, just woods for the last hour. No cities anymore, just some towns from time to time. But yeah, it definitely feels wide. And it's time for a little lunch too. Not much, but I'm not really feeling hungry. So we just enter another region of Norway and we keep going north. We just cruise 80 kilometers per hour. The scenery changed completely. So when we set off today for the first hour, we were driving through fields
fields of grain and farmlands. And then after an hour everything changed, and for the last an hour and a half, I guess, or two, we're just driving through the woods and hills, and yeah, it is really pretty. But I think by the time we're gonna get to the end of the day, we're gonna be in a mountainous region again, so it's quite nice to go through completely different type of terrain. Makes it a bit more interesting.
Towards the end of the day, we had the choice to stay on the main road or do a little detour, which was a bit more exciting to drive. And that's what we've done.
So we are now queuing to the next ferry. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to stretch our legs a bit, and we should be in our hotel in about 45 minutes, so it's not so far from here. Then we're just gonna rest before tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to our final destination, to the Arctic Circle Visitor Center, so that will be interesting. So we arrived at the Scandic Hotel where we're staying tonight. It's the last night for everyone being together, so we're gonna have a meal and we're going to have a couple of beers probably, and then tomorrow we're setting off to the Arctic Circle Visitor Center. And after that, me and my mate Wojtek will be splitting from the group, because we will be pushing on a bit more to get home quicker. So the rest of the group will be taking it easy, breaking it down over the more days, and I'm going to the Nürburgring. So anyway, more about that in the next part. But for now, thank you for watching. See you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and I see you shortly. Goodbye. Do widzenia.